What's going on? Welcome to Shred Gaming, and today we're going to talk about why smoke is a must-have in Mortal Kombat 12. And before we continue with the video, please like, subscribe, comment down below. Let's help this channel grow. Now let's get after it. According to a survey done by Bruskpoet, Smoke is the second most requested character to be in Mortal Kombat 12. He certainly is a fan favorite for many reasons, and also is one of the most tragic characters in the Mortal Kombat universe, both in story and in development. Smoke has a very complicated history because not much is really known about his past, but what we do know is his name is Tomas Verbata and he was born in Prague, Czech Republic. In the original timeline, Smoke is first introduced in Mortal Kombat 2 as a secret fight character, but he is first playable as a cyborg in Mortal Kombat 3. He is one of the most deadliest assassins in the Lin Kuei and the best friend of Kuai Liang, who is the second Sub-Zero. During the events of Mortal Kombat 3, Sub-Zero refused to be cyberized during the Lin Kuei Cyber Initiative. Sub-Zero left along with his best friend Smoke, however Smoke was unfortunately captured and forced to be cyberized. After he was cyberized, Smoke was programmed to hunt down and kill Sub-Zero. However, hearing his best friend's voice and plea, Smoke regained his consciousness with the help of Sub-Zero and realized that his soul was still intact and joined with his closest friend to fight against Shao Kahn. However, Smoke is assumed to have been killed during this conflict because not much is left to say about him till Mortal Kombat Deception. Noob Saibot finds Smoke's deactivated cybernetic body deep in the fortress of Shao Kahn. Noob reactivates Smoke and programs him to do his bidding, as well as uses Smoke's body as a template to create an army of cybernetic revenants. During Mortal Kombat Armageddon, they are defeated by Taven and Sub-Zero in the Lin Kuei Temple, where Sub-Zero takes the bodies of Noob and Smoke so he can attempt to bring both his best friend and brother back to their former selves. Now, the NRS era Smoke is very similar, but with a few key differences. During the events of Mortal Kombat 9, Raiden is sent a premonition of Smoke being cyberized, allowing Raiden to save Smoke from the Cyber Initiative. And because of this, Smoke pledges to aid Raiden and the Side of Light in their quest to defeat Shao Kahn. However, because Smoke was now saved from being cyberized, it led to the capture and cyberization of Sub-Zero instead, in which Smoke is painfully forced to watch. At the end of Mortal Kombat 9, Smoke is killed alongside his comrades at the hands of Sindel and is later turned into a revenant, in which he is seen in Mortal Kombat X, except this time he goes by the name Anenra. Now, there is a huge debate about Smoke's backstory. In Smoke's Mortal Kombat 9 ladder ending, we are given the tragic story of how Smoke came to be. In short, he was abducted as a child by a cult that worships a smoke demon named Anenra. The cult sacrifices Tomas, which summoned the demon, and in its rage, the demon killed all the followers. After the massacre, the demon turned into Tomas and had no memory of what happened or anything before that. The debate is whether or not Smoke is actually Tomas with the demon bestowed within him, and that is how he gets his smoke abilities, or is the demon have amnesia and thinks he is Tomas? So I want you guys to comment down below and tell me what you think is the actual beginnings of Smoke, because this is a ladder ending and those aren't always known to be canon. And if you really want to discuss this further, go to the Netherkast, go to Razor's Lore Dojo, and you can ask Razor or Shad what they think, and they will be sure to tell you everything there is to know about Smoke. Now, where Smoke fits into the new era is going to be a bit tricky, and this is going to be kind of a hot take because the writers are going to have to decide if Smoke is going to be human Smoke or cyber Smoke. If he is to be cyber Smoke, the game is going to have to take place during the present time, but if the story is going to take place during the Great Kung Lao era, which I think it is, it will take place roughly about 500 years ago, in which he can only be human Smoke. This brings up another side point. At the end of Liu Kang's ending, when he meets Kung Lao, there is no reference to what year it actually is. They could just be at an ancient Shaolin temple during the present time, or it could be 500 years ago, and that is what was the Great Kung Lao in this new era. We don't really know, so it very much well could be the present time, it could be in the past. I personally just hope that it is in the past, because I would like for Mortal Kombat to go back to its Asian themed roots. Smoke has always had a ton of potential and has played a big part of the story, but has always been left hanging out to dry. He never really has any resolution to his story, which is why I think he needs to be a standard to the cast of Mortal Kombat and its future lore. I always thought Smoke was an amazing character because it is in his nature to do good, which is why I was never really a huge fan of the Enenra backstory. I know this is going to ruffle some feathers a bit, but in Mortal Kombat 12, I feel Smoke should get a retelling of his backstory. That would be something similar to Kuai Liang's to give them more of a reason to bond and develop a close friendship. Maybe something along the lines of he was abused by his parents as a child, which triggered his smoke powers. Or maybe he was orphaned and left on Earthrealm by his Edenian parents because they couldn't accept a child with smoke abilities, because that was frowned upon or considered taboo. Either way, I would do away with the demon backstory to paint him as an even more of a good person that came from a tragic upbringing. As for his direct part in Mortal Kombat lore, I would hope that in the future he plays the same role as before. I would hope he remains the best friend to Kuai Liang, and he remains true to his morals and his will to do good. Even in Mortal Kombat 3, Smoke went against his own programming after hearing the voice of his best friend and came to self-realization, and again joined with his friend to fight against Shao Kahn. And also in Ashra's deception ending, when Smoke was faced by pure light, he malfunctioned because there was so much good in him. So whether Smoke is to be Cyber Smoke or Human Smoke, he needs to remain good and faithful to his friends and morals. And now for mechanics. Smoke's Mortal Kombat 9 kit was really good and very well done. I feel like his fighting style really fit his character and matched his Lin Kuei training. But if Smoke is to be in Mortal Kombat 12 using the Mortal Kombat 9 template with some influence from Triborg, I'd hope he is to come back as that aggressive rushdown juggle monster anti-zoner that he was in Mortal Kombat 9, but with some balancing. First thing I think he should do is have no starting overheads, so he has to rely on his mobility and pressure, which means he would have to improve his forward phase to either animate faster or he can begin his normals before the animation ends. Another thing he needs is a clear difference between the use of his spear and his smoke bomb. Both are staples to his kit, but both are used for the same purpose. His smoke bomb and his spear need to remain unsafe, but I would definitely make the smoke bomb non-tracking, and you have to choose the different distances in which it lands. And his spear should be a command grab, and how they could balance each other out is per combo string. You'd only be able to use each ability one time per combo string. Smoke's teleport has always been fast. Almost too fast. I would keep it the same, however, you would have to use meter in order to perform the uppercut. And last is his shake ability. This is key to his kit because Smoke needs to remain an anti-zoner. However, this shake should not last indefinitely. It needs to only be able to be used for about a second and a half. And if you want it to be used to pop your opponent up, you would have to use meter. Ultimately, I would design Smoke to be a monster, but relies on wide execution, pressure, and meter management to be successful. So I want to know what you guys think. Smoke is my favorite ninja. He has been my favorite ninja since I first saw him in Mortal Kombat 2. He was one of my favorites to play in Mortal Kombat 3. And yes, I prefer Human Smoke. I have nothing against Cyber Smoke. I think honestly both of them should exist. However, during Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, I would always put in the code to make him Human Smoke. But Smoke is one of my favorite characters to play in Mortal Kombat 9, and I did like to play Triborg Smoke. So if you can, please like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and until next time, Shred out.